Hermione Granger's wand was one of the first I added to my collection, so how does the wooden wand compare? Harry Potter fans may have seen that Wizarding World launched some wooden ones as part of their collection, and I already owned the resin replica one from Noble Collection, so I was really eager to see how this one would compare. Now, people would know in the Wizarding world that wands are made from different woods, they have different cores, they've got different lengths, and before that, the only way you could buy that wand was made out of resin. Now, understandably so, because they're mass produced, they have to be painted and look the same as the films. So when Wizarding World said they were launching a wooden version, I was very intrigued to see how that might look. I purchased this a little while ago, so let's have a look and I'll compare it to the resin wand as well. So they come in these old style boxes, which I think is really cool. It's like weathered and it looks old, it looks antique. It has a cool sticker on the front and the back. So it doesn't have this sort of, some of them have like the names of the characters on, which I feel kind of pulls you out of world, but this kind of puts you in world, so it's like as if I grabbed it right out of the film. They, apart from maybe this slip, so it's nice that you can remove that and then put that in recycling, but then they can sit on my shelves pretty like this. Now they are a little bit, if you just have a look at the box to begin with, it is a little fatter compared to the Noble Collection ones. And you know, you'll see how different this one is because I purchased my one quite some time ago. I don't even believe that they look like this anymore. Like I'm talking about years and years and years ago. So that's the box. As you can see, it's a little fatter. And then if we open that up to see how that looks. Now it does come in a beautiful display. So the insides, sometimes the Noble Collection ones, like the Ollivanders, have like squashy foam on the inside and like ribbon. Other ones you can buy just have that like hard foam, so it doesn't look as pretty, but this certainly looks very pretty. You can sort of see the metallic sort of sheen of that ribbon that's there, and like even you can smell like wood smell. It's like smelling the wand. Yeah, you can see. So I'll show you just like that how it looks like, because I think it might sort of disappear when I sort of take it out. But let's do a little closer look there, and if I can sort of hopefully see, trying to peer over so you can get a closer look. So that's what that looks like. I would say quite remarkably done really. For to get them out, they have these little elastics that keep it in, and there's another one at the bottom, so it wasn't like if I tip it over. Now, I would really recommend handling these ones with care because they're quite pricey. I'm talking like double the price of the resin replica ones. So definitely a collector's piece, definitely a display only. Now, of course, you could give it a swish and a flick, but you know, if you're going to manhandle something like this and you break it, it's not going to be quite so easy to replace and quite a hefty price. Now, look at the wand itself. It has an unusual weight. It does actually feel lighter and like, I don't know if you can hear, feeling a little bit hollow towards the end. It makes me feel a little bit more real in my thing because it feels like there is like a core. It does feel weighted towards the back end of it. Like it does actually feel like if it was to topple over, you could almost see the balance of that. So it does have a sort of a heavier handle feel to that. They have replicated the vine pattern that is very characteristic of Hermione's wand very well. Very beautiful, winds and winds and winds. It's a continuous vine wand. Can't recall what Hermione's actual wood is. Is it vine wood? That will be, I think it may have been that one. I remember hers, I'm sure it's Dragon Heartstring. Goodness, if I was at a quiz, I think I might get this wrong. And he recently looked at her wand qualities as well, so it's obviously gone out of my mind. But definitely great, and that it's, like I said, it's wood. It has a different feel to the resin wand. It doesn't feel sort of as plasticky, which I know resin is like, yeah, it's not wood. So they've done a remarkable job. It does feel a lot fatter. I'm not sure how long it is, but again, if you stay tuned late, I'll compare both of them together and you can see how they compare. But as a wand itself, I think very, very lovely. And Hermione's is a very pretty one. It does, and the wooden effect that it gives, it does make it feel a lot more real and like in universe, because yeah, the ones we know are made of wood. It does taper down to quite a fine point. Not too fine that it like feels like it would snap, but again, of course, you know, if you're going to manhandle these ones, you're gonna break them. So that's that wand. Okay, so now owning a lot of the ones already, as you can see, these are all resin ones. I really only have three wooden ones, and then the other normal one that I use, that's a wooden one, but it's not like a Harry Potter official one, it's just like one that I use, that I recently purchased. So this one, purchased a very long time ago. This is the Hermione Granger. It has like so the box itself is like this is like an olive or like khaki green. I'm not sure why hers is green, but I like it. And this is the Ollivander's box. So they come, usually in this style, they come with a certificate of authenticity. So it says that it's a Noble Collection product, so now it's official. And it has this beautiful ribbon on the inside as well that adds to the mystique of it all. And then inside is her wand. So as you can see, now this isn't held in with any elastics or anything. It's like a squishy foam. It is very beautiful and it does make it feel very special. And there's ribbon on the outside as well. And yeah, so let's get her wand out. And immediately, like, I'm struck by how green this is. I think I've seen maybe earlier, so maybe newer versions of this, of paint jobs and stuff. I'm sure it is a lot more brown than this. My one says SO4, so this is a 2004 batch, so that's how long we're talking, like years and years ago. And it's a lot slimmer from what I feel like. So this is, I guess, this one is more screen accurate, I think, in terms of the size and the length than the wooden ones. They, from what I'm looking at, they do seem a little fatter. And this also has that continuous vine. It's a little bit more pronounced on this resin one. And then the paint job is, like I said, it seems very much green, and there's like a very blunt sort of cut on the end of that. So yeah, let's see how they compare. So comparing the two ones together, so this is the wooden one, as you can see it's very brown, and this is the Noble Collection replica one. Like I said, this is an official wand, it just is a very green. I'm not sure if the ones you purchase now will be as green as that. In terms of length, oh yeah, they're pretty much the same length. Okay, so that's great. Noticeably like fatter. This one obviously was on a diet. This one had a bit more had a bit more to eat. You can see the vine pattern is on both of them, but this Noble Collection one is a lot more pronounced. It's a lot, yeah, you can feel it a lot more, but they've done a very good job. It's not exact, but I think, oh, is it exact? It's quite, I mean, it's very close. It's just really the handle is fatter, that's all. And the colour. But no, I think they've done a really good job. It does taper, I think, to a finer point on the end. But if you're looking for, you know, this one is pretty much there, the same. It's maybe a little tad shorter, but if you can see by my forehead. I think they've done a good job. I'm very pleased with both of them. I'm pleased that I have both. This one has the weight so throughout. So if with resin ones I've poured it in, it doesn't really have too much of a weight distribution. It does feel heavier towards the back because it's thicker, but in terms of this one is very light and much more sort of heavy towards the bottom end of this, the base. Very interesting to see the two. So that's it for this Hermione Granger wooden wand review. I really hope you enjoyed seeing that and seeing the difference between the two ones. I find them very close. I do think this is a great addition to the collection, that it's real wood, that they've pretty much done a really good job on this. I really like it. Although it is double the price of the resin ones, it is much more special because it is wood and it's a replica. It's great. So if you're considering adding it to your collection, I would recommend it. I really do like it. If you have enjoyed this video, then please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that when there's a new video, you'll be notified. Be sure to give this video a like, and with that, remember, the Wizarding World is just one spell away.